Hello friends, Jason for TheChartGuys. Looking at Tesla, and we managed to break outside the range that we have been using to our advantage for the past week or so. And look, this is a pretty conclusive break. We opened above the trend line, we closed above the trend line, and we even dipped back into that territory as we saw those bears try to take advantage of the situation and get a good flush going. They did not do that, and we will look at what happens next. So let's drill down to the 15-minute time frame. Let's start there. Here is our open, a big high of our early morning, 249.67. Then we get a lot of volatility. This is where this major fight is taking place, and I'm going to adjust these trend lines because they're not quite right here. There we go. Sometimes TradingView does that. I'm not sure why, but if you notice that your lines of resistance don't always match, sometimes you just need to pull back, incorporate more data, and that tends to move your trend lines around. But here we are opening above. There's that flush underneath the low of the day, 244.86, and then we get a big move to the upside, currently in a 15-minute bull flag. So the question is, if you're playing the daily time frame, how could you have recognized that we were not going to get that pullback? So if we were just playing purely the trends, we open above or slightly above, we're not too worried about that because this is just that hypothetical zone of resistance that has worked a couple times. We don't have the confirmations that we do at the top of our green candlesticks. We are taking a clone of our parallel line down here, which is essentially connecting all of these reds, copying that and moving that range so that it incorporates the vast majority of our data. So daily time frame, this does not look like a bad place to enter a short position. So if we did, what would have been our signal to exit, and where did we see the strength coming in on the bulls? So of course, this is always easier in retrospect, but that's the only way that we can teach unless you're a real-time member where we discuss these things in real time. But here we are. Let's adjust our trend lines again. We need to pull back and get as much of that info as we can. There we go. That looks pretty accurate. So here we are. We get our opening pop, 249.67, 245.84. The range is established. We get a higher low before a pullback. We get a lower high rather before a pullback, another lower high, and we consistently have this 5-minute downtrend. Finally, we get a low of the day, 244.86. Bulls step in, they get to 246.99 before they see another pullback. Now here's where things start to get interesting. We get a little bit of clarity. We are setting these 5-minute lower highs, lower lows until suddenly we establish this higher low at 245.09. So that tells us that the bulls are showing up. They've managed to flush down here, but there are buyers, and we need to be paying a little bit of attention to them. So we need to mark out these two levels, 246.99, 245.09. And we're always marking out these levels as we watch these 5-minute trends, because knowing where the 5-minute lower low and lower high is, and even the 15-minute, you can do this on all the time frames, we can see that we've got this low, here's our lower high, there's the big attack, and you know what? The bears just don't have the strength to get a lower low. So this says that the bears are weakening, bulls are there. There is some basis support here. Then we see our new level over here. As soon as we trip 246.99, the sentiment has changed. No longer are the bears attacking, it's bull time. And as soon as we break that, we see consolidation. We see a lot of volume picking up, and you can see that in these candlesticks, increasing green volume. Finally, we get a breakout because the bulls know it's time to strike, and they move up aggressively. And there's a few instances here on the 2-minute time frame where you could get good entry opportunities, but they really just take it away. And I'm really impressed with what the bulls managed to do. But using these 5-minute trends here and looking for these trend changes and breaking through key levels when your downtrend has been pretty much in place all day, as soon as that breaks, and as soon as you set these higher lows, that's what the signal is, that there is a change in sentiment. So very, very cool to see the bulls do this today. On the daily time frame, our next resistance, should we continue this little bit of a rampage here, is way over here, 258.31. Certainly within the realm of reason tomorrow. 258.35 rather. Magnets are not sticking. But that's going to be an impressive day if we can get up there tomorrow. That is our key level of resistance. Chart is not playing very well with me today. 258.35 daily resistance for Tesla. Should we get through that, next resistance is going to be here at 255.75. Now we do have to play all sides of the coin here. What is going to happen? Well, I'm going to remove this trend line as an area of support. I'm just going to be playing my key levels, and I'm going to be looking to my hourly time frame. Hourly time frame is extended at 80.37. We needed to see some pullback. As long as we get a higher low over 245.07, things will be looking okay for the bulls. Lose that. Next support is down here at 235.80, and then we start getting back inside that area of that trend that we just deleted. So very cautious, just playing short term price changes and these very, very important price levels. But so far, so good. Bulls are looking very, very strong, and we will see if we can continue this action into tomorrow. Hey guys, Jason here for TheChartGuys, taking a look at Apple again. Another nice day inside our upward sloping trend line. Here we have our bounce off support. Nice day of consolidation, another test, and now moving back to the upside. So this is what we expect to see after we grind our support for a little bit. A little concerned about the upper wick on this candlestick, but we'll take a look at that and when we get into some sub time frames and some more details. Daily resistance right now, 208.84. Daily support is going to be the low of our red candlestick here, 201.74. That will take us outside that trend line. We were looking for overall trend changes should we lose this level and lose trend line support. On the 4-hour time frame, things are looking pretty good. 4-hour uptrend intact. Here is that double test of that support level. Currently moving to the upside. All we need to see is a higher low over 201.52 for that to continue, and we're still looking for that lower high or that higher high to be set here on the 4-hour time frame. Jumping to the hourly time frame, here we see that early morning action, a high of 205.87, a flush, and the hourly trend still intact for the bulls as well, with the bulls needing to get over 205.87, with the current low sitting at 204.12. So let's take a look at the 5-minute time frame, see if we can get any details out of that. And there's an amazing move to the upside, big V-shaped recovery, and now we are bouncing there. So total deadlock battle. Very eager bulls in the morning, as we can see, but they were not ready for that attack. A lot of confidence in this V-shaped recovery, though, with that nice rounded edge ending out the day. So no real red flags for the bulls right now. Everything seems to look good, and we will just keep watching this trend as we develop. Watch those key levels, hourly time frame. If we lose our 204.12, then we're going to be looking down here at 201.52 for support. That's it for today. Appreciate you watching. Sometimes there's just not a ton to talk about on Apple, and the markets are doing what the markets are doing. So if you just want to keep learning, please check out our other videos. And we have a lot of content for you at chartguys.com. We put up videos every day. And if you want to learn more about it, send me an email. I'm happy to help answer questions. This is pretty much what I do. This is me. You guys taking a look at Amazon right now, and we had a couple videos where we're talking about the rejection of that area of resistance 203.33. It looks like bulls want to take another attempt at it, and we can see that by this big flush today. We saw that inside bar. Looks like, I'm not really sure what direction broke first. Well, obviously we opened and then we closed down, so we opened outside. When you open outside an inside bar, it doesn't tend to have the same impact or influence for me. I want to see that price break inside regular trading action. I want to see the bulls or the bears get through that big wall and that psychological level and really show commitment to a direction. Opening outside, it's okay, but we can see that it didn't offer a lot of clarity for us. So on the daily time frame, we've got this dragonfly doji. Ultimately, this is going to be it's supposed to be a reversal, but you're not really at the top of your uptrend. Here is our reversal attempt. Here's the bulls and bears saying we don't really know what's going on here. This is a complete indecision candlestick followed by another indecision candlestick, but we can see that bulls definitely did a lot of buying today, and we'll take a look at what sort of attack was happening here. Daily resistance is still around 2,033.19, and I may have misspoken those numbers earlier. High of this candlestick is going to be our actual price point resistance, 2,035.80 cents. That's the level we need to be watching for on the daily time frame if we manage to get through 2,033.19. So let's take a look at what's happening on the smaller time frames. We'll start with the hourly, see if that gives us any direction. Here's that rejection, a high a day. We see hourly uptrend intact, the high of 2,023.22, a big drop to 2,055, but ultimately we're still holding these higher lows, and higher highs are intact as well. So 2033 is going to be a short-term resistance for us to get over, because we do need to set this pattern and see this pattern continue. If we pull back from this level, this would be a lower high, and we will look for a lower low, indicating an overall hourly downtrend and a trend change, which will carry over into the daily and should show us some weakness here. We will look for support if that happens at the low of this big candlestick at 1995.30. Lose that one, then we have a long way down to go before support is found. So to reiterate, resistance 2035.80. We need to see that hourly trend continue. We need to see bulls doing well. They are a little bit tired as they've spent a lot of time up here and done a lot of buying today. Resistance on the support on the daily time frame is going to be $1,995.30. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of your views and your comments. And if you want to learn more about charts, check us out, ChartGuys.com, or just throw a technical analysis how-to into Google. You'll find resources, lots of books on Amazon. And if you're into books, I got lots of books. Send me an email, info@TheChartGuys.com. I'll get you started on technical analysis, whether it's with us or someone else. I don't care. I just want you to learn.